What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are here today for episode 25 of our Formula 1 22 driver career mode here with Ferrari. We got 2 races left in this season, and it's going to come down to the wire, honestly, because at the moment we are 27 points behind Max Verstappen in the Drivers' Championship with these 2 races left to go. So we obviously need 2 good performances. Preferably we want to win both races to give us the best chance of taking the title out of Verstappen's hands in the final race of the season. But we're also going to need a little bit of luck, because Verstappen, obviously, he's an amazing driver and he's probably going to finish pretty well in these next 2 races. We'll see in this one, but if he finishes like in the top 3 or something like that in this race, then it's over. We're not going to be able to win the title, and obviously if he finishes in the points even, I think it's like P8 maybe or higher, he's still going to win the championship. So we got a lot of work to do. We got 2 races to do it, and we're gonna see. We're gonna put up our best laps here in qualifying, try and get as close to the front of the grid as we can in this qualifying session. After our first flying lap, we're down into P10. Sergio Perez in P9. We are 2 tenths up through the first sector. I love the Texas track. I haven't raced it in a while, actually, but whenever I come back to it, it's always a great feeling. Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc, though, are still mathematically in contention for the Drivers' Championship. Perez, I think he's just a few points behind me, so it really depends on how Verstappen does in these next 2 races, because if he finishes high in even this race, again, it's going to be over and there's nothing we can do. But on the bright side, we are ahead of Charles Leclerc in the Drivers' Championship as well, which is going to say a lot for who's the #1 driver at Ferrari. But we're going to finish this qualifying here, and we're only going to be in P5, which might be a little bit of an issue, but Max Verstappen starting in P8, so we got the jump on him right off the start. Hopefully we could work our way up the grid and try and get as many points as possible in this race to shorten the gap going into Abu Dhabi. But let's get into this race, guys, and let's see if we can do what we need to do in this race.
Bright is good, gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap, please.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are here for the American Grand Prix, and we got a wet race in Texas, surprisingly. I don't think it rains that much in Texas, so it seems like a pretty dry state. But yeah, we got a wet race in Texas. We're starting in P5 behind Lewis Hamilton. And we will be keeping our eye on Max Verstappen throughout this race, as he is the championship leader. We're trying to gun him down and take P1 in this Drivers' Championship with 2 races left to go. Now, even if Verstappen wins this race, hypothetically, I need 1 point at the very least to stay in contention of the championship. But with wet conditions, I'm not sure how good Verstappen is going to be making his way up the grid. We need to, at the very least, finish ahead of him. Not the very least, but for my own expectations, I'd like to finish in front of him, because that will help us going into the finale at Abu Dhabi. George Russell is starting on pole, and then we got one of the Alpines. I believe it is Esteban Ocon. It might be Fernando Alonso, honestly, but one of the Alpines in P2, Lando Norris in P3, and we are going to be on the wets, it looks like, for the majority of this race. The forecast does say that the weather will dry up towards the end, but who knows? If there is a safety car, then we will probably see rain, because that's going to slow down the race a little bit and allow the dry weather to catch up. So we got to keep an eye on that. Strategy has to be at the top of its game. We don't want to make any bad judgment calls, any stupid mistakes that could potentially ruin our race here. Let's get on the grid here. Let's see what we could do in the United States of America, trying to go for our first World Drivers' Championship. Alright, here we go for the American Grand Prix. We got 2 races left in this season, and race number 9 is officially underway here. Oh, we might get the jump on Hamilton here. Good start in this full wet weather. Oh, we might get the jump on Lando as well. Take a nice and easy through turn 1, trying to avoid contact. But Will with Carlos Sainz. Oh, he freaking almost slips up. Hits the brakes a little bit, but we get into P3. We got 2 spots to start this race, but we're flying all over the place through Sector 1 here. Very hard to overtake, so Lando's going to stick behind us for now. We're going to need a good exit going into the back straight. Give us a second to get warmed up here. Lewis Hamilton trying to make a move down the inside here. Oh, Will Lewis Hamilton. Trying to use a battery, but he just gets a better grip coming out. Oh, hit the back of him. Using the battery all the way down into this turn here. Oh, can I get a switcheroo here? No. Hamilton takes us cleanly. But now we're down into P4. Still up 1 position from the previous lap. Lando is going to be attacking us. Verstappen looks like he drops down. That is great news. I wish I can get an update on individual drivers, but F1 doesn't want to add it to the game for whatever reason. So we're going to have to rely on the mini-map here.
Was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
Lando's all over the rear. Oh, we got a yellow. We got a yellow flag. Ooh, rear end steps out. And we got a virtual safety car.
Been an incident resulting in a high level of debris on the track.
Is it going to be upgraded to a full safety car? Doesn't look like it. Not sure who's out of the session. Charles Leclerc, Schwartzman, Verstappen drops way back. Oh my, okay, we have a DRS issue, but there is no DRS at the moment, so not too worried about that. I'd like to know where Verstappen is, ideally. But we need to close the delta here.
I've got information on Albon.
Oh, it's Albon out of the session.
Car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
So this might allow the dry weather to catch up, and we might see some actual dry conditions in this race here. This stupid delta, we can't stay under it. Virtual safety car is still out. I'm assuming it will be in very soon. Yeah, so it's ending.
Car is ending. Maintain your pace until we get the green flags.
We're getting ready to go racing here again. Okay, we got the green flag. Hamilton gets a little bit of a gap with that virtual safety car. We do get a little bit of a gap on Lando, though. That kind of helps us.
Okay, it's borderline, mate, but if I were you, I'd come in and change tyres. I'm just not sure we're on the right ones for these conditions anymore.
Alright, so Mark is telling us it might be time to come into intermediates. I'm going to keep an eye at the front of the grid there and see if they dive into the pits. Let me get the inters ready here, just in case we got to dive into the pits. Oh. Alright, so we got the inters ready. I think George Russell is approaching the grid now as someone tries to actually go around the outside. No one in the pits yet, it looks like, so we're going to stay out here. If they're not pitting, I'm not going to pit. We don't have to pit, actually, in wet conditions. We can stay on the same tire until the end of the race here.
Okay, gaps of the car ahead is
Charles Leclerc actually manages to overtake Leclerc, so he's going to be on our ass now. And hopefully we can keep Charles Leclerc at bay, because, again, we also don't want to end up on the bad end of a double stack. So hopefully maybe they'll call Charles in very soon, get him on the intermediates first, which might give him a little bit of an advantage. But I'd rather him going first than we get caught in a double stack. Oh, Charles Leclerc. He's trying to dive down the inside here. Going with the wheel. Into the second DRS zone here. But there's no DRS because of these wet conditions. We're going to use our battery, try and gap him a little bit. We're going to guard the inside here. We're not going to let him take the inside. Is Charles Leclerc gonna get the run on us here? He might get the run on us. Gonna guard the inside here. He's gonna go around the outside. Oh, we're gonna keep him behind us once again. Keeping him down in P5. Just running this absolute boring train right now. There's at least 10 cars in here on this train. And they are enjoying the ride, I guess. They'd like to get in front, but I'm not going to let that happen. Or at least try my very best to. But we're on lap 10 now. We got 4 laps to go in this race. Still in P4. Mark has been telling us to go onto the intermediate tires, but no one else has. And we are not going to either. Because we would literally, I think we dropped down to last place if we pit. No one else is pitted. I think maybe some of the backfielders have, and they're putting up quick lap times, but it's not enough to get to the front of the grid here. As we head on to lap 11. Oh, a bit of a shaky exit there. No. No. You can't let Leclerc get us. We're using all the battery that we got here. Back end steps out into the last corner. And Leclerc tried to go for the move around the outside. He doesn't see it. Run wide on turn 1. Oh, this is a shaky lap right now.
Right, we're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change.
Yeah, we're not going in unless everyone does. If the front fielders go out, maybe we should. Well, you know what? Actually, at this point in the race, like, I don't even think a pit stop is gonna save us a lot of time. So if they do pit, we could just stay out, gain those positions, and pray to God that no one catches up to us in the final few laps of this race. Speaking of which, I don't even know what these tires are. I think probably like pretty gone at this point. Yeah, 30%, not too bad for wet tires, but I mean, could be better. Charles Leclerc still 3 tenths behind us, hasn't managed to pass us yet. And I say yet because he is making any move he possibly can. He's also trying to stay in this championship fight. He's a little bit further behind me, but it is still in the cards for Charles Leclerc to be a World Driver Champion. And on top of that, he doesn't want to lose to his own teammate in the same machinery. And it's my first season with Ferrari, and he's been here for like 4 or 5 years now. No one pit once again. I don't think anyone's pitting this race. Unless the sun comes up in the next minute and just evaporates all the water. We're going to be on these tires till the very end. Verstappen has moved up into P6. No! We need him to stay down there. But with 4 points, I think we will secure... oh my god, Leclerc's going for the move into turn 3. I think he realized that was kind of a stupid move. The last thing we want is a Ferrari incident, taking us both out of the race. But I will secure 12 points, I think, if we stay in this position here. And then Verstappen will secure 8.
Going to start falling away soon.
This P5, I'm pretty sure, is 10 points. And Leclerc going down the inside. We're leaving him lots of space. He hits us in the rear. I'm not sure where, though. And we are going to be going wheel to wheel all the way down the back straight here. He's not using his battery, or maybe he's out, but we have a lot of battery left over, and we're going to use that to stay out in front. Don't dive down the inside, please. Don't do anything stupid, Leclerc. I think we just need Leclerc to keep Verstappen behind him, because this will increase our odds of taking the title in the season finale in Abu Dhabi next race.
Okay,
But here we go, on to the last lap of the race here. In P4, Leclerc is fighting Max Verstappen to keep that P5 position, secure 10 points for the team. Would be an extra 2 points instead of the 8 points that Verstappen will receive for P6. The leaders are way up ahead. I never said I was good at driving in the rain, but we did our best, and surprisingly, we played some good defense to keep Charles Leclerc and the rest of the field behind us. And I mean, assuming that we finish the race here, I will take this performance. I wish it was dry conditions, because A, I love this circuit, and B, we actually could have made some more ground on Verstappen, given that we qualified in front of him as Charles Leclerc tries to go around the outside. That doesn't work. He's tried that a few times this race. Hasn't seemed to pan out for him. Got 100% battery, so let's just use the rest of it, or whatever we can, all the way down the back straight here. And George Russell is even ahead of Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton. So he's going to win this race. And I'm not sure how that's going to affect his championship standings. I don't think he's in contention anymore. I think me and Sergio Perez are the only ones still in contention to win it. But I think if we want to win the Drivers' Championship, Verstappen is going to have to be like pointless essentially. And we have to win the race. So we'll see. As Charles Leclerc try to go around the outside on the final corner, I think he slipped there. Loses the back end a little bit. He drops down. Just don't let Verstappen pass you, please. As we head through the final corner and across the line, it's gonna be a P4. I'll take it. I will take it. Just park the bus in the USA, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna give us 12 points. We didn't get the fastest lap, so no extra point there. So there's the podium. George Russell on the top step. Carlos Sainz in P2. Lewis Hamilton in P3, and then we got the two Ferraris in P4 and P5, Max Verstappen in P6. Now, with that result, we are 23 points behind Max Verstappen with one race left to go, which means that we have to win the next race, otherwise we have zero chance of passing Verstappen. And on top of that, if we get the fastest lap, Verstappen would have to come in P9 or 10 in order to lose out on the championship. So the odds are not in our favor, but who knows? With a good race and a little bit of luck, anything could happen in Formula One here. We also got another issue. I don't know why this happened, but the season regulation changes have come in this race with 2 races left to go. I was not expecting it. I was spending our R&D points on upgrades for this season because I thought the regulation changes would have come like halfway through the season, but they've come now and we have no R&D points to kind of, I guess, save our car for next season. So we're definitely gonna have a big drop in for performance come next season, which is gonna be very unfortunate. Hopefully this caught all the other teams by surprise as well, and then we'll kind of be on a level playing ground going into season 3. That is going to be the end of this video, guys. As always, if you watch up to this point, be sure to drop a like on the video and be sure to subscribe to the channel. We got the season 2 finale up next in Abu Dhabi, and we do have a chance to win the Drivers' Championship. It's gonna be tough, but like I said earlier, with a little bit of luck and a good race, anything's possible. So hit the notification bell so you guys know when that video drops, and I will see you guys then. Have a great day, guys.